Hello everyone, and hopefully stream is working.
6.
Is it?
I'm doing quick mental maths, but yes, it is.
Good. It's been more reliable recently than previously, I've noticed. And I think we are just beginning to ready up now. And we might be starting reasonably on time for once.
We are readying up now.
Nice. Although it is Portugal, so... I don't particularly like this track. On last year's game, I think it was my second least favourite track after Monaco, but now I like Monaco. On this year's game, I'd say it's again the second worst after China.
My worst is Canada.
For me, Canada's just the blind apexes, but other than that, it's an okay track.
And we load in super quick, because for some reason that's a glitch for me. I don't know if you've got the same.
Yeah, we have the glitch where we load in super quick. It starts counting down the timer even though the session hasn't started. And it's given me a slightly different camera angle to...
For some reason the text is
normal.
really like blocky and glitchy. I can literally see the pixels of like the names
Ooh.
above the garage. Can you see that?
I can't. Also, I need to get the chat up on YouTube, and I hope that I've pressed the correct button. Let's
Mitch,
go for
no.
this. For this.
Mitch has already said to Carnage at turn 1. I say no.
Okay, I think we... Yeah, now I've got the chat
You are
up.
on intermission.
Yeah, I know. And we're back to the game.
Brilliant.
Still nothing's happened.
We loaded very quick today, so I'm not surprised nothing's happened. Oh, there we go. We're in.
Yeah, timer started. Let's go.
I'm using a controller today because I'm too lazy to press my keyboard, and I'm not streaming, so I sort of had the luxury to do that.
Well,
Because I can sort of just scroll through.
I'm sitting here at my desk. I don't actually have a controller. Apart from my wheel, which has 90 buttons. I guess what I could do is if I was trying hard enough or whatever, I could probably find a button to bind on my wheel to something.
We have a Mitch on track.
We do. I'll get
Which
the
means...
spectator menu so I can see the track map. And then we'll jump.
Mitch once again gets the privilege of us going on board for like the, what, 5th time this season?
I don't know. He's probably going to have a meh qualifying, start on softs, gain 5 places, and then drop back.
I reckon Mitch does this on purpose. Like, he always goes out first because he wants to see himself do a lap, which right now he's gone off track twice on his 8th lap.
Is that prohibited?
Only if it's gaining a significant advantage.
So you need more skill with your corner cuts, Mitch. Then I can punish you.
No, he's just going wide a lot and slowly.
Oh, that's a sausage curb you don't want to take.
Yeah, that was a bit... Oh! Right on the line there. As Iron said, there's going to be minimum 1 minute 16s.
I don't know.
I think minimum 1 minute 18s is a bit more realistic.
I think I'm like in the mid to high 17s here.
I did a quali practice with a 16.9.
I am
anyways,
slow at this track, but Mitch
has started his lap. Coming down towards turn 1, which is called Primeira, which means first in Portugal. Very creative. He's off the track, but he's stayed off long enough not to get invalidated. Into turn 3 and then turn 4 because we skipped turn 2 because it's basically all one corner turn 1. And Sam's disconnected and Mitch has popped a 360. Very nice.
That's not a 360, that's a 180 with confusion.
We're also not going on board with David because he's invalidated. So, Ennis, what have you got?
Ennis.
Coming up, turn 4 and now down towards Torre Vip, which is what the hairpin's called. Also on the thumbnail today, braking at about 85 metres. hooking it as close to the apex as possible, but leaving enough room to get a good exit. Otherwise, if you take too tight of a line, it's a bit. And Ennis now heads up into that's Samsung. A terrible corner.
Worst corner in the game.
Yeah. And then into Portimao. This one's called Portimao. It's literally
corner.
the same name as the track.
This corner's okay.
I don't know what this one's called. Just for my information, is there someone who's not using traction other than Adam?
I could always keep complaining about. Actually, are you talking about Lapage or Bradshaw? Is Bradshaw Yeah, I always complain about the other Adam using full traction control. Ennis has an 18.8. I think that's quick. As Sam Hussein is saying in the Discord chat that it is laggy or something. So I don't see too much lag in the garage, but there's not much that can be seen.
There's nothing really on track that's lagging either that I can see. As Champ goes 8/10 quicker than everyone else.
That's a decently quick lap.
Harley has invalidated.
Oh, that's
Lowry has invalidated, so we're now on to Adam Bradshaw next, who has not invalidated.
Whoa! And it's now just one more corner to go, which is a pretty simple corner.
It's going to be a 17. What did I say? 17.8. Can he get another pole position where it's got all the same digits? I reckon he's going to get a 17.777 today. For pole.
7, yeah, maybe. Is there anyone else on a lap? Mike Averton is just starting now, although he flipped in the battery a little late, but maybe doesn't want to run out by the end. They're coming in.
Just 28 seconds up.
That's a pretty big improvement. It's a bit mean to bully people for traction control.
B593. David Hoy.
I'm not riding on board with him.
Maybe you're riding on board with him.
I'm riding on board with Mike Averton, who is about to go to Samsung.
22.5, that's a decent first sector.
I don't know if that's good.
Well, my first sectors are normally high 21s. Or low 22s.
I have no idea what a good time around here is, other than you need to be quick enough and Mike runs wide. But all I know is that if you're quick enough that you can stay out on hards and then stop your arch nemesis or your teammates' arch nemesis from winning by doing some funny stuff, that is a successful race. IMHO.
Currently doing an invite duty for Sam. Because I am so nice to be sitting here.
10 seconds up. And he's got half a lap of fuel left in this car, so he could finish leading enough on low fuel, or he might just decide to pit depending on how happy he is with his lap result. Although the battery is starting to run out right now, but he opts to finish the lap, and it is a 1:18.5, which is right in the middle of P3.
Larry's improving in the Williams. Currently 3/10 up.
And coming through the final corner to just flat out. I'm surprised none of them are taking a tighter line through the corner to minimise the distance.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Lucas Rudd's got a qualifying ban today. Yeah. So Lucas obviously will have to remain in the pits. Lucas, if you're watching, you're allowed to do an 18 lap to test your set, to make sure your setup's loaded and your whatever you're racing on controller or wheel is working.
Make sure you load a setup before it gets parked or made. Onto the default setup. Although the default setup's probably quite nice around here. It might be a few tenths slower, and it's invalidates an out lap.
Mitch has given us some insight that he's not finishing this race. Lucas already did his 8 in lap and checked his. Okay. I did not see Probably because there's a lot of cars on track at the start of quali. So naturally I am focusing on them. But yeah, that's fine.
We're right on board with Ennis, who's currently leading the standings by 9 points over someone with the race ban, and then another 6 points over someone with the quali ban. So now would be a good opportunity to extend that lead. Mitch, I know this track is terrible. I have no idea who selected it for the calendar.
What we found out is this track was selected and no one actually likes it. Not even including the people who selected it like it. Actually, Adam might, and it was probably Adam. Anyways.
Yeah, it's such a terrible track that for the pre-season race that I'm organising somewhere else, I didn't even give them the option of Portugal. I gave them... So there were 6 tracks that won in the calendar. I gave them the other 5 tracks.
Oh, there you go. Mitch, that's why I did. Johnny likes the track. There you go. No excuse for why we're doing this. Johnny likes it.
How much slower am I going to be in the race on Wednesday compared to everyone else?
Compared to how you were on...
At Monza, I was within a tenth of the leaders, and it was massive DRS trainers. Ennis has a minor improvement.
Darius is improving a lot more. He's like half a second up.
Darius is this person.
So,
although out of battery, but he is taking a tight line to the line, and that gains another half a tenth.
Oh, there's been a crash.
Who's crashed?
Ennis and a Haas.
Aww. No.
What the Let's go on board with Sam. How's Sam getting on?
This one.
So what
Battery
happened
seems
is
a bit off in Sam's
Ennis,
car.
I don't know if he was on an in-lap,
I think he was
on the racing line. The Haas probably thought he was making the corner before Ennis caught him. Didn't. Then Ennis moved left to avoid the Haas who was coming right, and they collided.
Wow.
Oh wait, Sam's spun on this lap. I've just realised I'm looking at his tyre.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
look at
he's
Harley.
starting
Oh,
now.
Harley's purple.
Good for our person who, if he wins with fastest lap, will be 1 point behind Ennis if Ennis doesn't score.
Well,
Right now,
Harley did once upon a time lead the championship.
Yeah.
And he's gone P8, 6 tenths quicker than his previous tyre.
That's not quick. Right now I'm riding aboard with Sam, who is coming through the hairpin now. And it's been a very clean and tidy lap so far. Coming into Samsung. Down into 3rd gear, being pretty gentle on throttle, but getting on it eventually. It's this quarter now, this one here.
Yeah, this is Portugal.
It's the only good corner on this track, IMHO. All the other corners are just meh or terrible.
There's a few alright ones here and there.
Turn 1's okay.
Turn 1's would be good if it's not a turn 1.
Yeah.
It just causes crash and more crash and a bit
Sam
more crash.
does a 19.3, which is a 12-second improvement, and that puts him ahead of Mitch, Snape, and Mike Averton, but not much. What do you mean mine got people have bad track taste? Monza is goated, especially Ascari.
Champ might be about to go pole here. And he is 17.7. So Bradshaw can't get pole with a 17.777 to continue his streak. So he may just gonna have to go for a 16.666. Good luck. David's improving by 4/10.
Yeah, Monza good, yeah.
David goes second.
Is anyone else on a lap? Bradshaw is a tenth down, running out of battery and fuel. And maybe tyres. What other controversial good tracks do I have? I quite like Monaco now. I think Cota's a decent track if you get in the rhythm. Well,
I don't know, I just really like Zandvoort all of a sudden out of nowhere. Like, I used to think it was meh, and now I really like it.
Zandvoort's nice, apart from when your tyres just die for some unknown reason. Everyone's heading back into the pits.
Zandvoort might only be, I think it's good now because we had good racing there
Yeah.
in F1.
Although in F2, if your name's Liam,
You don't like Zandvoort.
yeah.
David spun on his in lap.
And brought out yellow flags. As Mike goes a bit deep into quarter now. But gets it slowed down eventually, but that is at the cost of minimum speed.
Yeah. Yes, very good. Oh, you'll overtake me one time, so much fun. Wow, on the straight, no chance, hey fun. Then use your battery and defend. Maths. Mike jumps up to P9 there. Found a lot of time in the
If I
finals.
used my battery at Monza, I could have won that gosh darn race.
If I didn't screen freeze on a curb, I could have been in the fight that race. Thumbs up. Everyone's coming out the pit lane at the same time. Well, 4 people actually, but that's still not ideal.
Should we go on board with Harley, our former championship leader?
Has anyone other than Harley and Ennis led the championship? I don't think they have. Let me think, have they? I'm gonna go with my answer of no.
I think Ennis would have been leading after China.
I think he's led the whole way since then.
And then he won in Singapore, and also in Belgium. So that would have
he's
basically
probably led the whole way.
Yeah.
Did he score at Canada as well, or?
Actually, Harley would have been leading coming out of China by 1 point, and then Ennis would have taken the lead in Singapore. Harley's starting a lap right now. With 4.9 laps of fuel in the car, so quite a lot.
I think he's just being sure that he can go again in case he makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Which is always good if you know. I prefer to do it if I know I've got a lot of time in my lap. Because if I don't improve enough, like in my first sector or first 2 sectors, I'll quickly back off. Shift it then to neutral and then just spam neutral.
Oh yeah. One of my favourite.
I'm just yeah.
Also, I'm getting 118 FPS right now. So
how is new thing working?
How is new thing? It's working quite well. I will say it looks slightly less crisp than normal. This new upscaling thing, because it definitely looks better than the old upscaling thing, as Harley goes quite deep.
That's going to cost him time all the way into this corner here. AKA maybe. Turn 12. I think that was turn 12 anyways. It might be, but there's a lot of double apex corners. This is invalidated there, and that's going to be the end of his quali.
Yeah. Apparently Jeff tried the Jamie Mel's line, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I don't think the Jamie Mel's line's the one you want to be taking. Because all that happens is, you may lead the whole race, but you'll bin it at the last corner.
All I've seen is the qualifying lap, where he is like middle of the esports pack, despite lifting turn 1 at Silverstone.
Yeah. Turn 1 Silverstone lift was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Adam Bradshaw's gone second.
Although I haven't seen the Jamie Mells binning it line. David's crossing the line now to start a lap, I think.
Who have we got? Lowry? Lowry's 4 temps up.
Oh, that was close to track limits.
P6 for Lowry. Not bad. As Champ goes even quicker to a 17.5. That's a very nice lap.
I don't know if that's quick.
It's solid. As Pavic to the line. Can only manage P12 in this session. Who's next? We've got a lot of cars coming into the middle sector. There's a Mercedes by itself, which is Ennis, improving by 2 tenths, so he should be able to just about get past Lowry. But I don't know if he's going to move any higher. Depends on his final sector. Not quite, but still not bad. Next up is Sam, who is a 10th and a half up, but he's got no battery.
David
Hoy's been disqualified. He's in the middle of Narnia and he's been disqualified.
That is not ideal. You'll be starting the race from the very back. Behind even Mitch Snape, who comes across the line now, sets a 19.0, improves up to P8 provisionally. And we only have...
And that is, yeah.
That is it. Quali over.
David's typing. People on the racing line. I didn't see people on the racing line during the final run. I only saw Ennis having a bit of a collision. But yeah, that's the end of quali. And
how many laps is it?
The race.
Is it 33?
Yes, it is 33.
Of this dreadful track.
Hopefully we have a lack of safety car.
What do you mean you don't want excitement?
How about we just get it over and done with? That's another option.
What race is after this? France.
France.
I used to have a pretty mean name for the circuit at France, but now I think it's okay.
I butchered this setup, tweaked the wrong things. Anyone running low wings are mental.
What wings are you running, Mitch?
Mitch is probably on like 12, 10 or something on accident.
Oh, that's not low.
Well, here you meant to run like 20s.
Yeah. There's what you're supposed to run, and then there's what I plan to do on Wednesday, because
14, 12.
Think lower, and that's what I'm doing.
7, 9.
About that.
You'll probably understeer off the track out of Samsung every lap.
Understeer at Samsung is amazing.
Well, you couldn't change his rear wing. Went from 2023 to 50-50. You might not be very good in a straight line, Mitch. Nothing feels
why
good.
did you do like 50-50? This track just feels horrible, Mitch. You need to understand that and appreciate that 0-0 at Monza feels amazing compared to literally anything here.
Even the wet conditions here arguably makes it even worse.
I like tracks in the wet.
I don't like Portimao in the wet. It's not any better. From multiple races of experience. Anyways, we are about to get going. You did Monza start stuff, so I'll go this time.
Okay.
Right, I'll be going to the grid. No. Oh, here we are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are away here in Portimao as it looks like a good start from Darius in the Alfa Romeo. He's up to P3 and already alongside Adam Bradshaw as well, going for P2. And there's been contact there, and that's Darius framed, unfortunately, after his very nice start. As Lowry's up to P3, Mitch is P4, but who's surprised at that with, you know, the soft tyres that he always goes for? As I don't know. It's just his beloved strategy. He might try dive here into the hairpin. He's not going to.
Harley's had a bit of a mare.
And he's kept it the correct way, but he's down to 11th. As at the front, Champ's got a 1.5 second lead as Lowry's also on soft. That's why he's getting so many paces. Mitch has gone. Mitch made it up to 4th before binning it, as Adam Bradshaw's defending hard here from Lowry. But he has caught 4 attempts up to Champ, so I think Champ might have made a mistake in the Haas, as Lowry down the inside on the softs, but goes deep. And that's going to leave them side by side here. There's yellow flags. And that's Ennis, as Lucas Rudd's already up to 5th place in the Williams from not being able to do qualifying.
That's pretty good.
There's yellow flags again. There's now Mike round. Everyone is spinning. Darius has got a good run here as Ennis is... Oh, what has just happened there?
Both Mercedes are in.
A double stack.
And
Not
both
ideal.
got damage. Because...
Where did Bradshaw get damage from? Turn 1? When he hit resolve, maybe?
I don't know, but if he had wing damage, it would have been a lot easier for Lowry to get past, as there seems to be a bit of a slide or a tap into turn whatever that is. And
This is just...
at the end of it, but Harley's back up to P6 after that mare of a hairpin lap 1.
This is a spin fest, this race is.
Yeah. What you'd expect from this track.
And Williams, who are 16 points from the lead of the constructors right now, currently sit 2nd and 4th.
That's pretty decent. Mercedes not doing too well.
And Darius is flying the flag by himself for Alfa Romeo as Mitch has found himself in a wall on the exit of Portimao. No damage though. He's going to be able to keep going. As Larry's trying to put Champ under pressure here, as he sets the fastest lap of the race. He's got a great run. The straight line speed of that Williams is immense. Trying to go on the outside there. I think he was more wanting to just stick behind the Haas and wait for DRS, which is now activated as you get your first burst of DRS down into Torre Vip, aka turn 5. As there's another spin, that's Darius this time round, and everyone is getting caught out as Hardy's already got a 3-second time penalty in the Aston Martin. And if he goes at this rate, he's going to be disqualified by the end. We got a bit of a group here of Lapidge, Rudd, Hoy and Harley, as Harley is really struggling with a grip. I'm struggling to stick with these guys at the moment as Adam leads the charge towards the front 2 at the moment. As I have a feeling Lowry might take the lead on this lap now.
I also have that feeling. How much battery does the Haas have?
97.
Oh.
That is how you preserve your battery. And I tell you something, he's going to let Lowry go while Lowry's got the pace on these softs. And he's going to use that battery just to stick with him. Yeah, I can tell he's not using any battery to defend this. Lowry's just going to go past. And there you go. He'll concede the lead, but he'll be able to stick with the Williams.
And Lucas also gets past Lapidge, as they both run a bit off track in turn 1.
Lucas now has to try and drag these guys up to the front 2. As if he does, this is going to be interesting. As he has locked up there. That wasn't a visual thing or anything. I could literally hear the brakes dying.
I think it's when you use too much brake is when a lock up. So if the brakes are dying, just go straight on.
I think Lucas is on no assist, I'm pretty sure. I want to say he is.
And he's
He might
almost
be
pulled
line
out
only.
from Leipzig. Although the gap's
Yeah.
fluctuating quite a lot. Well, the gap is now up to 1 second, so maybe Leipzig is dropped, as some would say, as Bradshaw has picked up a 3-second time penalty for track limits and is yet another victim of this track. And Leipzig has dropped out of DRS, so I wonder whether that will leave him vulnerable to David, who is...
Yeah, he's put the battery on, he's going for it. Mitch has got 3 seconds now. David Hoy doesn't care, and he's just going to go into turn 1. Adam doesn't want to fight that one, and he's run off track again. That's probably another warning for the Aston. And we've got both Aston Martins here. Sitting P5 and 6 as Harley, what a save that was. But then he runs off track again, so kind of counterproductive, but he's still within DRS, and that's what matters. Is Larry has broke the gap at the front, and Lucas is trying to catch up, but he's just lost 3 tenths in the hairpin.
Gaps are going up and down a lot here.
Yeah.
No one's really got any consistency, it seems. Which isn't too surprising given the nature of this track.
It's hard to be consistent. Very hard.
As Lucas runs a bit deep through Portugal.
David is just trying to drag himself into that DRS. He's right on the verge here, but you can't exactly use much battery before the DRS detection to drag yourself in here, but with a good exit off that corner, he's going to be home and dry and back in that DRS of Lucas, which is going to benefit him from defending from the 2 Aston Martins behind.
It will also allow him to close up to those in front, as he is the lead runner with DRS. As Lucas runs a little wide.
As Champ almost gets back into the DRS there of Larry. I think those softs are probably starting to die out now. These are the sort of final laps that they will perform.
Tyre wear math on the screen. So the tyres right now should be a bit above 30. I can probably do tyre wear math on the screen because I do it so often when I'm driving. Oh! That's a slide from Harley. He's pushing.
Loki just dropped out of the DRS of David Hoyers. Lucas has gone deep, and David's gonna slip alongside him here. And he's gonna come out on top. I think it's going to be Lucas, but David's gonna have the switch back, and he's gonna hang this one round the outside
And this
with
might
Lucas
allow
here.
Leipzig to get back inside DRS.
And yeah, he has just about.
And it's also lost them time to the leaders.
David's got the battery on. He's got the DRS. He's just gonna launch it past Lucas here. As Mitch is up to 6 seconds in 7 laps.
Not ideal. Actually, he
But
hasn't
David's run
done
off
7
track.
laps.
Harley's also on 6 seconds in 7 laps. Oh well, 6 laps completed, yeah. So they're both in a danger zone right now, I'd say, with their penalties.
Yeah.
Which is not ideal for them.
When will something happen? Something spicy.
We've got some good fights in here.
Right now we've just had many DRS passes and not too much else.
Yeah, the main battle's been David and Lucas on that last lap.
Yeah, but right
Other
now
than that, it hasn't
Lowry's
been DRS classes.
starting to drop back a bit, as I think about now should be when the crossover between the hards and the softs are.
So David's got pace right now. He's cut that gap, which was up to 2.8 down to 2.1.
And he's almost dropped Lucas out of DRS, although I think...
Leipzig has been dropped.
Yeah, David's really pulling the train along quite quickly, and he sets the fastest lap in the process. But he's also dragging Lucas forwards, as also he goes a bit wide of the apex but keeps it within track limits. So
Both drivers who started on the back row are 3rd and 4th.
As Lucas gets a small snap, but holds it well. I wonder if Harley's going to go for his teammate. No, he does not.
I think maybe Aston might do a switch. Depends if Adam can stay in the DRS, really. But Harley needs to get closer, and ooh, that's not going to help him get closer.
Did he have a
Seems a bit-
Samsung slide?
Yeah, you know, just the normal.
David's lost over half a second this lap.
You were really right with the header gaps are fluctuating. No one's in a consistent rhythm here at all.
And we
Like-
can't even blame some person's fancy graphics, which are always having timing fluctuations, because we're not using that. As
Oh,
Lowry's-
Lowry's in.
That's an early pit stop.
What tyres is he going for?
The pit stop here is like, I haven't checked on this game, but last game it was enormous.
Mediums. Is he trying to two-stopper?
Oh no! Oh no!
Adam Bradshaw's
No!
got a penalty.
I don't think the two-stop is competitive whatsoever. We'll switch to the leader so we know how much time Lowry has lost. So from being 1 second ahead to 24 seconds behind, so it's 25 seconds plus the warm-up.
Yeah, which will be like 27 and a half.
I
So he has to make up 27 and a half seconds across a race distance.
The issue, especially at a track where they bring the hardest compounds, such as this one, is that the hards, the C1s, they basically do not wear. Like from 0 to 60%, the difference is very small in terms of grip, as David's dropped Lucas.
Yep.
I do
And
not
Adam's
get the
quite
strategy
close,
from,
yeah.
I do not get the strategy from the Williams driver.
Adam is... This is hard to watch.
You're not getting any more airtime, mate. With that internet, I'm not watching you.
You don't deserve it.
Yeah, but right now,
We got a Mercedes fight.
yeah,
For P11. Hello.
Vapor just disconnected.
I'm not surprised. Should I get invited in?
No, this guy should know you're the host. And you have him on friends, right?
Yeah.
Oh, David's had a problem. He spun.
Oh,
He spun up Samsung.
oh no. Of course I get to miss that because someone decides that their internet will disconnect. Thank you.
Stop being salty.
Anyways.
I missed that. Oh, his rears are gone.
No, it's not ideal. And Darius and Mike are now side by side. Darius
And now
gets
he's
a
now
position.
gotten ahead.
I can't lie, I think Mike was completely put off there as Harley's now past Adam, whose AI's using all of the battery. And they're now inside each other as he's rejoining. And he's taken control into turn 1.
Harley runs a bit wide. Oh!
Oh, and...
What was that? Was that?
Oh!
Are they doing tactics to try and gain DRS?
They're doing tactics to slow each other down. You know what, Lowry's 2-stop might not be bad.
Yeah,
It
this,
might actually... He's probably going to get a podium out of it. Almost.
yeah.
I think the Astons haven't lost enough time yet, but if they keep doing what they're doing...
Right now, Lowry... Oh, I need to get a calculator out, because... Actually, no,
Lowry.
it's just 23 minus 7. Is that
Lowry needs to
15 or
turn
is that
front of it to hit.
16? Chat is 23 minus 7, 15 or 16. Whatever the answer that is, your gap.
a lot. What was the maths? Give me the math.
I went to the leader timing thing.
I'll do it myself.
Whoa.
Gap to the leader 23.4 minus 8, 15.4 is the gap to the Aston. So he's already closed in 12 seconds of the gap he needs, essentially.
He was a bit ahead when coming into the...
Yeah,
top,
so he would have... They were 4 seconds ahead. So that's 23 and a half.
Now 9 seconds.
So 23 and a half. And he's already got it down to... He's gained 8 seconds on them. No, 6 seconds. He's gained 6 seconds on the Gastons already.
The one issue with this strategy is that...
Oh! Ooh, Harley. Pavic also picks up 3 seconds. I think he's had to spin at some point.
The one issue with the 2-stop is that you only get about 10 to 15 laps of better tyres, because then everyone else is doing hard medium. Well, in the second stint, you're going to be on equal tyres.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
For the medium hard runners, you'll have an advantage. Just about.
But the hards are very robust tyre.
Harley's trying to fake Adam out if he's going into the pit lane. That's not what called strategy.
Early.
Lowry's up to 7th. He's overtaken Mike.
A bit of glitchiness happening with leapage. That's sketchy.
I don't think Mike's going to go for the move. Yeah, Mike's just backing out. I think he knows that he can just get dragged along by the Williams for a lap or two until he'll probably pit, or the Williams will fly off into the distance, one of the two. But it's going to benefit him, and it'll help potentially drag him a bit closer up to Darius again. I feel like the front two are going to finish as the front two, is my prediction.
Unless they do a David.
Unless they do a David. And Lowry should finish 3rd, unless he does David. He might be close with Adam. Actually, probably will be, but I just think the Aston Martins with disconnecting and then all that, whatever it was they were doing.
That is a weird line from Harley. And he has now dropped out of DRS. And also I noticed that through some corners, he's piling on a heap of steering lock. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
Maybe a wheel issue?
Not at this corner, but he did it at through Portugal. Here puts a decent amount in, but that's not too unconventional for slow speed corners. He runs wide yet again, and maybe gets yet another warning.
Maybe he just hasn't had much practice with this track.
Yeah, so he puts in actually a bit less
on 12.
than normal steering lock to the hairpin. Let's see how much he puts through here. A pretty normal amount. I'm surprised he isn't short shifting out of there, because you know that double shifting is his favourite thing. And it was this corner last lap where he put on a bunch of blocks, but he hasn't this lap, but he's understeered quite a bit mid-corner. So I think there might be something wrong with the setup, as he almost goes deep there.
It seems like Mercedes are making progress together. They're going to have to make another stop at some point, unfortunately for them there. As Lucas is in.
The pits.
There we go. Some action.
Does not speed into the pit lane, unlike some esports drivers at some point in time.
Harley, I don't know what Harley's doing. I think he's having major issues here. He seems to always be testing his wheel on the straight, like the turning of it. So I think he's got issues. As Lucas comes out ahead of Darius. That is important for him as well. Actually, he wouldn't. Would he? No, I think he still would have. No, it would have been close. I don't know.
As
Darius and Mike are in. David hasn't pit either.
And Lowry is only 6 seconds ahead.
Yeah, so he's gonna lose. By the time Lucas's tyres are run, he's gonna lose what 25 seconds and 18 seconds to Lucas essentially.
Yeah.
For how much of a gain? Probably about 6-7 seconds. He'll be about 10 behind Lucas. Adam was about 7 behind Lucas. Make that probably closer to 10 as he's decided that he does not like P0 as a sponsor and has gone and attacked the advertising boards. And that was Harley, that wasn't Adam. I don't know what I'm on about. Anyways, Sam's in.
Harley's definitely having some sort of wheel trouble, although he aces turn 1, which I don't know what to think of this. Did he keep it in the limits? I think that was just barely in the limits. As we've got sandboxing now, but it will be interesting to see what Aunan in the Haas.
We've got the 2 Mercedes attacking Darius. Here comes Adam Bradshaw to the inside of the Alfa Romeo. And that's going to be move complete as... Oh, Sam spun out the pit lane.
Cold hards.
Yeah. Honestly, it's quite easy to do here.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
C1 tyres, so the warm-up is horrific.
Yep.
Actually, horrific's an understatement. As Ennis taps the back of Darius and they both get a bit of a spinner lap. But they both catch it. So not much harm. Ennis just seems so tentative
Harley's
to
in.
Samsung.
That's
Just
early.
like myself.
Harley's in very early.
17 laps on the mediums isn't too much. But it gives him an opportunity to play with his wheel settings in the pits.
That's maybe why he's done it. Save him losing more time. He'd rather counter it by losing time on the tyres but having a better wheel. Or a better performing wheel, maybe.
I
He's going to
think
be not too far behind David.
if he boxed on a C1, that's pit line cross.
Oh.
Ooh. Not good. Seems
This
very
is
slow. I think
still within the RS
there is
Darius.
definitely a problem for Harley. What about
Yeah,
Ennis? Ennis is
Into the
currently
heavies,
in
not
the
massive issues.
GRS of Darius, although Darius's tyres are just going to get better and better from this point relative to the Asian mediums of Philip. Gets a 3-second time penalty and back onto me talking about the tyres. The
Harley's in the gravel.
tyre compounds are so hard at Portimao and the other C1, 2 and 3 tracks that boxing like 5 laps early or 5 laps late only costs like 2 seconds in total race time. It's pretty insane. Although the warm-up is terrible, which means you don't get a particularly powerful undercut. You actually can get overcut. Which makes the strategy a bit interesting.
I'm wondering when the front 2 are going to pit. Also, we have a live gap now with Valari to Adam, as one of the Mercedes has
Bradshaw
binned it.
spun, and Ennis has run wide. How do you bin it
And-
at that corner?
Avich has also spun, which is going to drop him behind Mitch. Mitch hasn't spun in a while. I don't want to curse him, but seems like he's coming a bit more to terms with the track. Seems to have signed a mutual agreement with it to not put him in a wall.
I'm riding him board now, and he does seem a bit straight line speed deficient. As Harley gets another 3 seconds and Mitch runs very wide. Presumably getting another penalty. As Bradshaw is now a
Avich
lap
is in.
down.
I think Champ currently in the lead. I think he just knows that he can extend this as long as he desires, really.
Go for softs, get the fastest lap.
It's been a great drive from him. And he just needs to keep it going to the end. There was Bradshaw's come out the pitch just behind him, a lap down, but he'll be able to unlap himself. So there is a safety car. He's okay. As Lapage comes out just behind David, who's still going on those hard tyres. As Lapage has slammed the throttle out the pit lane and got the revs up a bit. As there's another yellow flag. That was not our race leader like I thought it was for a second. It was Pavic. As Ennis swaps to a fresh set of mediums to go to the end. As Harley's retired.
Understandable.
And Ennis is now going to be in a fight with Mitch, who's on 16 lap alt mediums, but he'll probably clear him reasonably quick. As Pavic also pits.
He's in the pit lane. Not ideal.
I tell you what, Lowry's extending that gap to Lucas Rudd every lap as... Ooh! Our race leader picks up a 3-second time penalty.
That could be crucial if there is a safety car. But if there isn't a safety car, it's pretty meaningless.
The gap at the front is 20.7.
Seems to be an Aston Martin going slowly. Oh wait, that's Harley's car in turn 1. The AI does funky stuff sometimes.
Pavic goes a bit deep at the pit lane.
And I think David's caught up to the back of Lucas.
Yeah.
God.
This could really help Adam out.
If they fight enough.
Yeah.
So my predictions for final order is who's in the Haas.
Lowry's starting to get into a good spot, you know,
Yeah.
on this 2-star.
So,
Like, that gap keeps extending to Lucas, and it's only going to be worse from now, I think,
leaders in
with
the
how much it's
pits.
extending his camp pits.
So right now, if Lowry were to pit, he would be
Ahead of Sam.
seconds behind Lapage.
Would he? Yeah, he'd be ahead of Sam.
He'd be ahead of Sam, but
He's pitting now, he's going for it.
David almost loses out of the final wheel corner, and that will allow Lapage to get inside his DRS as the leader, and Lowry and David all decide now is when to come into the pits as Lapage sets the fastest lap. They're probably using a bit of battery.
How
And
close
it's
are they to
absolutely
Champ?
sending
The
it
lead?
through turn 1 and goes a bit wide. Lucas is about 5 seconds behind, but
With warm-up, he could be about 4.5. If he doesn't make mistakes.
yeah, if there's a safety car, that 3-second penalty is going to be interesting, but other than that, I think
Lowry's got to catch 12.7. No, I don't think that's doable as David has promptly spun out the pit lane. And Mike's up to P7 in the Red Bull.
I haven't noticed that.
As Darius and Sam are fighting, hello, we've got some action on the track.
And they're both on basically equal tyres.
Yeah.
Unless one of them has a tyre wear problem, as Darius thinks about sending it into Portimao, but there's a little lag. Just a tiny sprinkle.
Lapage has also got DRS. As Darius tries to move down the inside, but he has to drop his speed too much to take that line. But I think with DRS here, he's going to have the move done.
Unless Sam dumps the battery. Although he decides to save for now. And Darius is leaving.
I'm just going to defend the inside.
And the rear wing flap
And give him the good old squeeze. But Darius is not phased by that. As, ooh, that was a bit low.
Not ideal.
That's the F3 line.
There's a lot of going wide at turn 1.
There's a lot of people getting away with it. If someone wanted to go on a reporting spree, they could argue all of these, but it depends, really.
Whoa!
Oh, what is that from Lapage? That's... Ugh.
If they
That's an
fight too hard,
audacious
this could
move.
invite Lowry back into the fight for a podium spot after that questionable strategy decision.
Lowry's gained like 2 seconds this lap. The gap was like 13.7 or something. And it's now 12.
Lucas is using the battery, although I'm not sure if he actually needs to, because he's comfortably ahead of Lapage going into turn 1 as Lapage runs deep. Maybe gets a warning, although probably not, given the state of this game.
Lowry's on the pace of our current race leader. And they are on the same medium tyre, so I mean it makes sense as Lapage goes around the outside. And I don't think Lucas can fight this one there. He has got the battery to fight back after, but I think Lapage is just going to try and run away here.
David's got past Mike in the background. I'll even switch it to make it foreground. First gear through that corner is unconventional. I need something to wake me up. Guys, one of you crash and cause a safety car, please.
Lowry's still taking time here. But Williams, will they go top? I think they'll go top of the constructors with this. How many points is it? 27. Yeah, Williams will be in the lead.
Good for them.
As Lucas is definitely not close enough to challenge Lapage.
Got a lot more
Who-
battery though.
I mean, Lapage would have to gain 4.8 seconds. I don't think he's going to do that.
Agreed.
How many S does Champ have? Seconds, 3. He has a 3-second penalty. So that's why I said Lapage needs to gain 4 point whatever as Darius has spun. As Sam gets a penalty avoiding him, I think. As Davis, it's the fastest lap by a lot. And Lapage is... I thought he was spinning, no, it's just him.
Wow, that is a quick fastest lap from David.
Yeah.
Back to hibernation for me.
I tell you something, this is a lot like the real life commentary of that one 2021 race. Where they said about 4 words the whole time.
Which race was that?
It was the one where Hamilton just sort of went, nah, boy. And the only thing that was said that I can remember at the end of the race.
That sounds more like 2020 than 21.
Was it 21 or 20? I think it was still... I know Lewis won 2021 Portugal.
Although that was interesting because he was like down to 3rd place.
Oh! Front gone. There we go. Hey, Lowry's got a potential podium.
Which
But I
Williams is gonna
mean,
get
did they
it.
want to fight really? But that's unfortunate for Lucas. I tell you what would be really nice, like a lap 27 safety car. Just one in this
I
race,
need my
right?
Michael Massey button. Bradshaw gets another penalty.
What are the penalties looking like? We got Bradshaw and Snape on 12, Pavic on 9, Ennis, David, Sam, and Champ on 3. Very nice. Some variety. Although, people don't like being on 6 seconds. They prefer 9 or 12. Which seems kind of counterproductive. But
Right now the
anyways,
smallest gap is 3.2 seconds. I'm surprised no one's crashed and got terminal damage yet.
Yeah. Appreciate everyone for not crashing, I guess, but at the same time, you know, it'd be nice if someone accidentally slipped their way into a wall.
I should have asked Harley to do that.
Do you want to try and commentate as curse someone into a wall?
It's going very well for our race leader who's about to lap his teammates to demonstrate dominance over the field. Wait, is this about to be the second lap that he puts onto his teammate? It might be. And this might... What is this interval thing? Oh, the intervals are broken. But this guy is...
Just gaining. It's too slowly, though.
Spin,
And
spin, 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 spin. That's a bit mean.
That is right. As Pavic goes into the pit lane.
And gives his teammates a nice DRS, and he gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pits. Or his wheel died.
Oh, that's not ideal.
A second wheel problem. Though I guess he doesn't want a safety car for his teammates' sake.
Leipzig only has to gain 3 more seconds, actually. And he's gained 1.5 in the last 2 laps. It's fully dead, doesn't want to turn on. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I hope, for his sake, that it can magically recover, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a spin, Darius is rained. And he's rained again. And he's trying to get it back around the correct way, but this is going to put him under pressure to Mike, who's going to go, thank you very much, I'll take 7th place back.
His rear tyres on 101 degrees.
Yeah, not ideal. Still within warranty from Thrustmaster.
Oh, I've had Thrustmaster stuff break a lot.
I mean, if you want a good review on Thrustmaster customer support, then ask Johnny, because he absolutely loves them. AKA, they never replied to him ever on how his wheel was doing, and he thought that he was never going to get it back. And then it didn't matter at the end anyway. Ask you about Thrustmaster customer support, Johnny. Because, you know, you had a great experience with them, didn't you? Ah.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, indeed.
Ah! This is Logitech. I've never owned a Logitech wheel before.
I've only ever had a Thrustmaster, and that was a long, long time ago.
I had a Thrustmaster until like August, then it broke, and now I've got a Moser.
I had a Thrustmaster in like 2014, and then it was gone in like 2017. Then I bought a Fanatec.
That's a long time ago.
It came the start of last year. Anyways, Lowry's caught up to his teammate. Can we see some fireworks at Williams?
Is he in DRS? The answer is not.
He doesn't have much battery either, where Lucas
Yeah.
has
Full battery.
that in abundance.
Darius goes a bit wide, but so does Mike.
Leipzig has got 3.3 seconds to close.
No, I don't think that's happening.
He hasn't started. He stopped gaining. If he was gaining at the rate he was before, it would be interesting.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it was just a mistake from our race leader that lap. Or Leipzig just had a really good lap, as here comes Darius in the DRS with the battery on. And easy as you like. P7 recovered. I like the fact that the 3 slowest cars in performance on career mode are on the podium.
Nice. Do we need to do a realistic performance race?
Realistic performance. Who do we stick in each car?
I don't know.
The grid's all over the place every race, like there's no sort of consistency anywhere it feels like anymore.
Yeah. But right now, Lowry is in DRS but is lacking in the ERS. And Lucas is going to stay ahead for being run a bit wide.
As Carl said, he's consistent sometimes.
Sometimes.
That is the opposite of consistency. Consistency means all the time, as Pavic has left the session, understandably, to be fair as well. 2 drivers out with issues with their gear, that's not ideal. That's
Really
unfortunate.
unlucky for them.
Yeah.
What else is there to talk about? Look, there's 2 Williams cars.
Whoa.
Have the 2
Look, they
IRL
just-
Williams ever
They're not
crashed?
close enough. Have they ever crashed? No, because one of them's always 20 minutes behind the rest of the grid. The
Yeah.
other one is fighting for like P16 or 14 or something. I'm 9 points away and Ennis is probably going to get 9th. Yeah,
Yeah, Ennis would keep the lead by 2 points over Lucas right at the current rate. Although
here comes Lowry.
what is that straight line speed advantage as he keeps swapping to Sam?
Lowry clearly wants that podium. He doesn't care that Lucas is, well, quite close to be fair in the Drivers' Championship. I think he's only like 15 points behind. And this could have been an opportunity for him to gain lots of points. He's still going to gain a good amount over Ennis. As our race leader is cruising, but he's still got to keep the pace to a, you know, reasonable level. And he can't afford any mistakes, otherwise Adam will be in that range as Ennis has spun. Meaning that Bradshaw is on his way, but he's just gone up to 15 seconds.
15. Yikes.
Portugal has not been kind on the penalties.
Fortunately, not too many crashes between people. Because crashes between people mean I have to do penalties and that sort of stuff. Have there been team orders at Mercedes? I'm not sure.
Maybe because Ennis is on hot tyres and, well, Bradshaw just would rather be clean now. I mean, Bradshaw got 6 seconds penalties more. So Ennis will probably still beat him. As we have a lap and about a half left to go for our race leader.
David is within DRS of Sam. Because they have 2 laps to go.
And they have the same amount of penalties as well.
They are so far behind the leaders. That's
This is the most
crazy.
separated race I've ever seen.
Yeah,
This is...
a bit different to Monza.
You've got a 6 second gap, 13, 1, 15, 1, 15, 3, 10, 1, 16, and then an AI that is 1 minute 20 behind and just boxed for 5 lap alt stops.
Interesting tactics.
And the AI, yeah,
Lucas is quite close to the back of Lowry going on to the final lap, and I'm surprised he's not dumping the battery through this corner. Switch it on now, but that hesitancy will cost a bit. He's being extremely hesitant on the battery. You should be seeing that your teammate is flashing and therefore going for the move. Whereas some people say blinking, although I don't say that very often. Although he tries to pressure Lowry into mistake, but then ends up making a minor mistake himself.
I just think he doesn't want to hit his teammate. Yeah, he's lifting really early and just taking it careful. I think he's just playing this one for the team.
Understandable. Where's Lowry in the championship? Somewhere, but
He's gonna need pretty much every race left to be like this one. If he wants a chance.
For Ennis.
Williams have taken the most of the opposition's blunders today.
Although they have made some
Champ
blunders
wins
of
the
their
race.
own with the strategy.
Yeah.
I think they could have fought for the win had they not gone for that hideous 2-stop.
P2 for Lapage. In the end, he'll be happy with that result.
Uh-oh, David.
As David's just spun, and that's potentially going to drop him behind Darius. He needs to get going quickly here. As it's a Williams 3-4, and Darius is on that charge after David. He needs to close in 2 seconds. He needs to close in still 2 seconds.
Not happening.
No, it's not going to happen, and Darius has gone slightly.
Has David lost his wing or something?
Oh yeah, he's gaining a lot there. I don't know, but
wing.
Yeah, David P6, Darius P7, Mike across the line in 8th, and then we have Ennis and Bradshaw driving round together.
Driving unnecessarily slowly. Is that a penalty?
As they're trying to cross the line at the same point. Bradshaw would have to be exactly 6 seconds, 12 seconds behind even, and he was 9 thousandths ahead. Mitch barreling to the line, cannot get ahead on penalties because he had a lot as well. That was a mostly nothing race.
Yeah.
Driver of the day goes to David Hoy.
I don't know who to give it to. I guess after last week we asked for a bit less drama, and we got a bit less drama. It all fits on one screen.
Mitch said he drove better with wing damage.
Nice.
I think just for the complete driver of the day, it's got to be Sham at the front.
Yeah.
Really good race.
Started strong.
Anything, yeah.
Didn't do a 2-stop.
Did the 1-stop. He did pick up a 3-second penalty, but yeah, didn't matter.
Are we doing interviews?
Yeah, we can do.
Okay, you can go get that.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't bound my key bindings yet. That is a shame. So I'm going to switch to this one. And then eventually... And then I click this button. And then we are good.
Very nice race on them there.
Yeah.
We're going to have a Lapage joining for an interview, and Lowry as well.
Okay.
Nice. Oh. Alright, there we go. So... Oh yeah, we got the interview screen there you can load up.
Oh, I've set it up incorrectly. Loop. Okay. Now it should be working.
I'm Robin Adam. I don't care if he's mid-conversation.
Yoink. We can yoink people.
I'm trying to get to him. Yeah, we're just going to move him first into Red Bull chat, and then I'm going to rob him again. Hello?
Hello.
Oh.
Sorry if you're mid-conversation, but we robbed you.
No, I wasn't. It's fine.
Yeah. P2 in the end for you,
Oh.
Adam.
I mean, first off, Kratz champ, he was just too quick at the end. Couldn't close that gap in. I got it from 7 to about 5.6 or something by the end.
I think he was taking it, just not get any more
Yeah.
penalties and cruise it to victory.
Yeah, he put in a couple of really, really fast laps, like low 20s, and I was a bit like, I can kind of match that, but if he does it every lap, I've got no chance. And then he
Yeah.
started putting in like 21s, so I wasn't sure if he was taking it easy or if he made small errors or whatever.
I think he was taking it easy,
Yeah,
but yeah.
so I spent the last 3 laps going, please get another penalty, please get another penalty, and then yeah.
Well, your hard medium worked out on the strategy. I think you weren't too far behind Lucas. You put him under pressure. I think you even made the move, and then Lucas spun, so he couldn't have that opportunity to try and stick with you and challenge later in the race. So the strategy of hard medium paid off. Same strategy that won the race as well. Definitely was the one to go for.
The warm-up phase at Portimao was not fun and lasts about 3 laps, so I definitely didn't want to pit onto hards.
Yeah.
So I went with the balanced tire possibility, strategy, whatever you want to call it. So I had that second set of mediums in the bank, just in case there was like an early safety car. Then I could do like pit, then do like medium. But yeah, no, it was. I mean, it was the strategy I kind of did a little bit of prep and was like, these softs kind of die and aren't any faster than mediums, so there wasn't really any point going on them.
Yeah, we discovered the softs as being not ideal with Lowry early on in the race. I mean, he managed to get into the lead with him, but couldn't really pull a gap.
They didn't die, and I'm surprised Lowry went on to 2-stop.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting. I didn't even realize he'd stopped, to be totally honest. So I was like, we were just driving along like with David, like, how are those mediums still alive? Hadn't realized he'd put a second set on. I thought he was just doing soft mediums and was suddenly like, oh yeah, these will do like 26 laps. No, they won't.
Yeah.
But yeah, like softs are somewhere like 7-8% a lap, and they're not any quicker than the mediums, and they drop off a lot faster. Or from when I was testing anyway. But yeah, I mean, Lowry started well and managed to make the places. I mean, we were all on hards, which did make it a bit easier for him. And then, yeah, solid. Another solid race for Lowry. Like he keeps doing this, where he's generally not like the fastest guy on track, but he doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't get in incidents, and he just brings home solid points, which is probably why Williams are now leading the constructors, because Lucas is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone else who's going to come for an interview?
I don't see Lowry around, so yeah. I mean, that's all we're gonna have today. But yeah, a much quieter race this week. Lowry is typing. We'll give it a minute. How to get to the interview. How do I do a voice channel?
What do you mean?
Isn't there a way to like?
Oh, I found him. He's in the Williams chat. I shall drag.
Yeah. There we go. Hello.
Oh, hi. It wasn't that hard though.
It's alright. So P3 in the end today, after you passed your teammate. At the end, really good result for Williams. So that's going to take the lead in the constructors, which I'm sure you'll be happy about.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, and yeah, it's amazing, and it's weird that we are not the team that is winning all the races. So it's kind of fun to have this kind of consistency to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what always matters in the constructors, having both drivers up there consistently, which, well, today you were up there again. And over the last few races, you and Lucas have both had some really good results. And
Yeah.
well, now it's all
I
about
agree.
maintaining that lead.
Yeah. For me, the Singapore Grand Prix, it was the first one, and I totally, well, I crashed the wall, so it didn't pay out. So we kind of have to start it over. So here we are, and I was very surprised that we didn't see any safety cars today. What happened?
Yeah,
Same
it
with
was.
us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite a quiet race, to be fair.
Yeah, it was, and that's why I put the softs on at first, because I was sure it's gonna be like in the first 2 or 3 turns maybe the first crash, but it wasn't. So I was surprised.
Yeah, that's always a good choice sometimes to go for softs or mediums early and just try and predict a safety car. But I think
Yeah.
Portugal's definitely a track where you normally would see a safety car. The walls aren't too far away to hit,
Yeah.
and especially with a lot of high-speed corners, there can be collisions. And well, it's just something we didn't really see today.
Yeah,
There's a few
yeah.
spins, but that's about it.
Oh, I didn't see any spins, but yeah, it was kind of, it felt very slippery with hards when I tried in practice, and that's why I thought like softs, mediums, they have to be the way to go.
Yeah, I think it all depends on the setup you're running, really, and the tyre temperatures, how they're managing to balance.
Yeah,
Depends on
that's
what
true.
strategy you'll go for.
Yeah,
So a
yeah,
lot of different things can work. It seemed like in the end, the hard medium was just the better strategy today, as well. That's what
yeah,
the front two did. But well, you got P3 with a two stop, which is very good to say the least. After where did you start? P6, I think, on the grid.
yeah. P6, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very solid result then to get onto
Well,
the
I
podium.
I got an amazing start. That's
Yeah,
why I was leading the race for the first 8 laps, and it was kind of nice. But then I realized that I'm the only one with softs, maybe. So
yeah. There was someone else on softs at the start, but they spun on
oh,
lap one.
okay.
Guess out of the blue would that be Mitch? It's always Mitch. He's always on softs at the start.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's something that's always happened. Anyways, what track have we got next? France.
Yes.
How is everyone feeling ahead of France? Is it a track you like, don't like, or what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's interesting. I kind of like it. Well, there's a lot of tracks I don't like, but France, it has a couple corners that I don't like, but mainly it's a nice track to drive.
It's I mean, there's a few like it. It's one of those where generally in real F1 the races are horribly boring. The sort of exception being last season, 2021 was quite interesting. Whereas in league racing, it tends to be really good. Probably because it is very close. The DRS straights are long enough that you can get an advantage from them, but they're not too long that if someone's got DRS on you, you're just done. So I think it works quite well. And hopefully I can have a spin-free race again, which I think that's my first one since I turned traction off, so that's good.
Nice.
All right, well, that's going to be it for today's stream. Thank you, everyone who has watched, and we will see you tomorrow for the F2 race, Wednesday for F1, and of course we'll be back with F3 next week at France. So, yep, once again, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.